In this video, we are going to discuss about atomic radius. In the previous video, we have seen different types of periodic properties and their variation in group and period. Let us see one by one the periodic properties. The first periodic property which we are going to discuss is atomic radius. Let us see the definition. Atomic radius is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the electron cloud of outermost energy level. Remember here, you might have seen the circle. In circle, the distance between the center and any point on the circle is considered as radius. In the similar way, in an atom, the center of the atom is nucleus. The distance between the nucleus and the electrons present in the outermost shell is known as atomic radius. If we see the pictorial representation, let us assume this to be an atom, and this is the center of the atom, and this is the last shell. If you see here, the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell is considered as the atomic radius. Remember, atomic radius cannot be determined directly, but it can be determined by using the internuclear distance between the combined atom by using X-ray diffraction or spectroscopic methods. Atomic radius is expressed in terms of angstroms, nanometers or picometers. If you see here, the conversion of 1 angstrom into nanometer is 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power of minus 1 nanometer. Or else if you convert angstrom into picometer, 1 angstrom is equal to 10 square picometer, or else 1 angstrom is equal to 100 picometer. Let us see the types of atomic radius. Remember, there are 3 types of atomic radius in general. They are crystal radius, which can also be called as metallic radius. The second one is van der Waals radius, and the third one is covalent radius. Let us see the definitions of all these 3 types of atomic radius. The first one, crystal radius. Crystal radius is the half of the internuclear distance between the adjacent atoms of the solid in metallic crystal. Take an example. Assume that these 2 are the copper atoms present in the copper crystal. The distance between the 2 nucleus present in the adjacent copper atom is 256 picometer. From this, we can come to a conclusion that the metallic radius of copper is 128 picometers. Remember, metallic radius is also considered as crystal radius, or else crystal radius is considered as metallic radius. It is half the internuclear distance between the 2 adjacent atoms present in the metallic crystal, the 2 in the form of solid. The second one is van der Waals radius, half of the internuclear distance between the 2 atoms of different molecules which are very close to each other in solids due to van der Waals forces is considered as van der Waals radius. Remember, it is applicable for zero group elements. Whenever 2 atoms are close to each other and the force of attraction between the 2 atoms is van der Waals force, then half the internuclear distance between the 2 atoms is considered as van der Waals radius. The third one is covalent radius. Half of the internuclear distance of 2 atoms held together by covalent bond is considered as covalent radius. When 2 atoms are covalently bonded, half the internuclear distance between those 2 atoms is considered as the covalent radius. For example, the covalent radius of chlorine is 99 picometers. The covalent radius of the carbon atom present in the diamond is 77 picometers. Make sure that crystal radius is used for metallic crystals, van der Waals radius is used for zero group elements, whereas covalent radius is used for non-metallic compounds. If we see the order of atomic radiuses, always the van der Waals radius is greater than crystal radius and crystal radius is greater than covalent radius. Remember, covalent radius is the shortest radius, whereas the van der Waals radius is the longest radius among the 2 atoms. If we summarize all these things, always remember the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell in which the electrons are present is known as atomic radius. And atomic radius cannot be determined directly. It can be determined by using X-ray diffraction method or other spectroscopic methods. and always the atomic radius is measured in terms of angstroms or Newton meters or picometers. And when we see the types of the atomic radius, we have three types of atomic radius, that is crystal radius, van der Waals radius and covalent radius. Remember, crystal radius is used for metallic crystals, whereas van der Waals radius is used for measuring the atomic radius of inert compounds, and the covalent radius is used for measuring the atomic radius of non-metallic compounds. If we see the variation of atomic radius in terms of groups and period, remember, in a group atomic radius always increases, whereas in a period atomic radius decreases. The reason for this one is nothing but, in a group a new additional shell is added to the atom, whereas in a period the electrons are entered into the same shell, because of which the force of attraction between the nucleus and the electron increases, and that result in the decrease of atomic radius. In group atomic radius increases, whereas in period atomic radius decreases.